Welcome to Greg and Mortis's Little World of Horror. This is my weekly movie review. I call it the Slash from the Stash, and kind of excited about this one. I'm definitely going to be reviewing a movie that may not be a purchase this time, but I definitely wanted to talk about it. It's a movie I picked up a few weeks ago on my Blu-ray DVD update. It was one that I picked up for a couple dollars as a blind buy. So I'm definitely going to be looking at that. But to all the new subscribers, thank you so much. It means the world to me, and everybody that keeps looking at the videos, liking and sharing and commenting. Thank you so much for that as well. But today is July the 6th. It's Sunday, and time to get into this movie review. So let's go ahead and bust right into it. The movie we're going to be looking at is 1987's Blood Sisters. Get a good close-up, hopefully, of this flick here. And there you go. And then the back of the box here. And what you get on this movie is 1987. It was directed by Roberta Findlay. A lot of people may not know who Roberta Findlay is. I certainly didn't know a lot about her. Her and her husband, she's directed roughly 40 plus films. And a lot of the films from the early 60s, but then in the 70s, her and her husband went straight with video into straight up hardcore porn. So she was into the porn industry for a long time. And then in the 80s, she got back into doing some horror films. So what we get with Blood Sisters. Basic plot on this movie is you get these 8 teenage girls, or college girls, that are trying to get into a fraternity, and the way it's set up is they have to spend a night in this haunted ex-horror house. It used to be a horror house, and now it's been condemned, but they have to spend a night in there, but unbeknownst to them, they don't know it, but a couple of the guys have got together and they've rigged the house up with all kinds of scares and booby traps and all kinds of stuff, so you get that element that the girls didn't know about. So that's your basic plot. Crazed killer ends up popping up. Not a lot I can really say about this film. I'm gonna tell you what, definitely the best part of this movie is the option on this DVD. You get a Joe Bob Briggs commentary, but also you can play the intro of Joe Bob Briggs, and he goes into a little bit of detail before the movie about Roberta Findlay and about the films she's done and then what this movie's about. So that was definitely one of the best parts of this movie. I haven't yet watched the commentary. It's probably going to take me a little while before I go back and revisit this one and watch it. Would I say I hated the film? I didn't hate it, to be honest. Definitely not a great one or a good one. I mean, it's one of them that's kind of like really bad but good. And I know it's weird to say, but it really is. I mean, it's really poorly made. But keep in mind now, there is a really good interview section on this DVD. And they interview Roberta Findlay and also one of the other actresses. And that was one thing I wanted to mention. All the actors and actresses in this film are virtually unknown, and even unknown today. So this has not even got basically even one member of the cast that you go, oh, I know who they are. Nah, I don't think anybody will recognize anybody out of this film. But there again, I mean, it's just so tough on this movie. I wanted to really, really love it, really like it, and I didn't. It does have some dark elements in it. It's got a decent premise to it. I mean, you thinking sorority girls, haunted house, and that, like sort of like Hell Night with Linda Blair, which is a really good film. This one's a really bad film, and not bad in a good way. But I did kind of dig it. You do get a lot of tit in this movie, a lot of nudity. You do get that. I mean, typical in a slasher movie from the 80s. What you don't get is any effects, man. I'm talking like the little bit of blood that you see in this movie is so low budgeted and kind of almost ketchup thrown on a body. There's no like cuts, rips, stabbings. The stabbings that do take place, there is stabbings, but you don't actually see anything. It's just the knife going down like this, but no going into a body or anything. You do get death by a coffin, You do get some hangings, you get some shootings, you get some different deaths in this film, but there is just no effects whatsoever. But now, on this one, as I mentioned, the interview and that, Roberta does go into mention, I mean, they did not have a big budget whatsoever, so they had to basically, everything they did was on zero budget, so there was not the option of being able to have a great, guru of makeup effects and all that, and they saved what little bit of money they had for the climax of the film, which was kind of a lackluster kind of, deal. But there again, I did have fun with it. I know it sounds stupid and I'm being hypocritical, but I'm not. I really did kind of have fun with it. The the acting is really, a majority of them is horrible. I'm talking really bad acting, and just some really terrible acting. And like I said, not being able to see gore or deaths, as they're happening really hurt. But still, the premise of the movie, and I like bad, cheesy movies. I really do. I love a lot of the movies from the 80s for that effect. So with that, I do like it. I think I'll really like it being able to go back and listen to the commentary and watch it with Joe Bob, because I know Joe Bob Briggs is definitely going to be tearing this one, a pretty good one as he goes along. So I'm definitely going to do that eventually. But yeah, overall, I mean, this one is definitely not a good film for me to recommend to you to go out and watch or go buy. I don't think 90% of you viewers are going to be sitting here watching this movie and going, thank you for recommending it. If, like I said, if you like bad, cheesy movies, if you like, and this one's not even a bad, cheesy like Troll 2. Don't get me wrong. Troll 2 is like, they say, the worst movie ever. Now, this one doesn't go into that scenario, but it is bad that I liked it. The setup, it is in New Jersey. They do have a creepy house. Let me see if I can get that close-up of the house for you. And like I said, it does have a decent amount of that house, but you don't really get to see what I wanted to see in it. You do have ghost elements in this because of what had took place in the past. Like I said, it used to be supposedly a whore house, a prostitute ring house, and so all through the movie you get flashbacks, or they're looking in a mirror and you're seeing scenes that had took place in the past, and it kind of affects the girls as they are watching it unfold before them. So you do have that ghost element in this one. What else could I say about it? I mean, it's going to be a hard watch. Am I going to recommend this one? It's definitely not getting a thumbs up. It's not getting a rental. For a purchase, it's definitely getting a thumbs down, unless you like really bad, cheesy horror films. If you like them, then definitely pick it up if you can get it for a couple bucks. I mean, I only paid like $1.99, $2 for this, so I'm not upset. And if nothing else, I mean, look at that cover art. I'm telling you, if nothing else, the cover art is worth having. Really love it, man. I'm telling you, I don't know. It's got the tagline of "Their hazing was a night to dismember." I don't know how many people like myself bought it just because of the cover art. So whoever did the cover art, I know Shriek Show re-put this out. I don't know who come up with this artwork, but I'm telling you, it's phenomenal and definitely got a lot of sales because of that, I'm sure. There is a little part of that interview with Roberta Findlay, the director and writer of this film as well, talking about why this film was made. In 1987, when this movie came out, evidently around 86, she had made 2 really profitable movies. And her financial advisor come to her and said, you're going to have to make another film, because you're fixing to get hit by taxes. You're going to be owing a lot of money. So they needed another film to try to relieve the pressure of that. So she immediately, decided, okay, I'm going to write a horror film. So that's where this came about. This movie was made because they didn't want to pay a lot of money for the 2 great ones they had. So it's kind of, I guess, a tax write-off movie. And it definitely shows. I mean, it's definitely a rushed project that could have been awesome. This film, I'm telling you, could have been a great, awesome film if they would have took them a little bit of extra money. There again, evidently they didn't have it, and I know they didn't have Kickstarter and Indiegogo and different avenues that fans have today to make films, but still, if she would have been able to get some money, this film could have been awesome, man. I'm telling you, I love sorority house movies, so to do that and put it as a slasher element, this one could have been so, but it ended up being so bad it was a good film. But I enjoyed it enough that I would rewatch it with Joe Bob Briggs' commentary. But would I go revisit this one just to watch again? Probably not. Hell Night I would watch way before this one, of course, and there's other sorority house movies. So like I said, it's July 6th. This is my Slash from the Stash pick. Their hazing was a night to dismember. It's 1987's Blood Sisters, directed by Roberta Findlay. And one more look at the back. There you go. It gets a rating for you to buy, unless you like them bad cheesy movies and get it for a couple bucks. Definitely get it. But with that, this has been my review. Definitely give me a thumbs up if you like this. Comment, share below if you got any information about Roberta Findlay or whatever. BK, one of my followers now. What's up, BK? You know yourself. I think you had mentioned you want me to review The Dentist, so I'm definitely going to be doing The Dentist really soon for you. So if you have any other suggestions of movies you guys or gals want me to review, definitely hit me up. Definitely follow me at Land of the Creeps, blogspot.com, the podcast with myself, Jesse Robbins, Meatman, Haddonfield Hatchet, Sean Davis, and Dr. Shock. Facebook, Twitter, all that. I'll have all the links up on the post of this so you can check it out. But be sure to like it, comment, and share. And until next week, this is Greg Mortis. I'm signing out with my Little World of Horror Slash from the Stash movie review. See you next time.